He used a skeleton key on this door over here. At that time, he lit a match and slowly walked into the blue room, which is this bedroom here. And that's where he found Dinah and Lena. He had no clue who the two girls were. They were just unrecognizable. He ran out, told Mary Peckham he needed to get somebody here. She got the cops, the 3 physicians in town, and the minister. They went upstairs, basically, found 6 more bodies. They were all hit roughly 20-30 times each with the blunt part of the axe. So they weren't decapitated or anything. Their heads were just, lack of a better term, smashed. The killer had covered up all the mirrors, placed all the oil lamps, which would have been these over here, at the edge of the beds with the tops removed. He took the tops and he put them under the dressers for whatever reason.
Like the tops of their heads.
Exactly. He had ate sometime throughout the night on the kitchen table. There was food. He left raw bacon on the piano seat and raw bacon in that room. There's a lot of theories about the raw bacon, but the one that makes most sense is used for the kitchen table where the food was, and there's also a pan of bloody water on where the sink would have been, and back then this would have been considered the sink, so the pan of bloody water was right here. All shades pulled, all mirrors, again, were covered.
He covered all the mirrors?
Every mirror in the house.
Every mirror in the house?
Yep.
I thought it was just one.
No, every mirror. In fact, there was originally a door on the room we were just in that had an oval window inside the door. And he had taken one of Sarah's dresses, ripped it, and covered that. So not only do you have every mirror, but every reflective surface is covered.
Why would somebody do that? Like, what's the theory behind like?
Back then, that was an old superstition stemming from Romania, that if you saw your reflection in a house that had dead bodies in it, you were the next to die. And still today, the nursing homes and stuff, if somebody dies in Villisca, they'll cover the mirrors and open the windows, supposedly, so the soul can fly out or whatever, which is kind of ridiculous. In this room was Ina and Lena. Now Lena was the only one that had a defensive wound. She had a wound on her forearm indicating that she went up to block. They also said she was posed. The killer had actually used them to wipe the blade of the axe off with. And then he stuck the axe right exactly where you're standing there. We have no idea what happened. The only one that was ever tried was Reverend George Kelly. This guy was a self-appointed traveling minister who thought you had to commit the sins in the Bible to get proper inspiration for the sermons. So he's arrested for barn burning, womanizing, window peeking. He's a pedophile. And he admitted to this whole thing, but he didn't have the facts right. He said that he was sick, went for a walk, ended up across the street, and that's where he saw a shadow figure. And he said he followed the shadow figure to the tool shed where the axe was. It was JB's axe. He said as soon as he walked in, he was in a daze. The house was telling him to slay utterly, feast, send the children home. He said when he's going up the steps, he thought he's like climbing Jacob's ladder to heaven.
And this was his confession.
His confession. But he didn't have the facts right. And later, he recanted his whole testimony. So he's acquitted of all charges. The killer was never caught. The best guess is he hid in the attic, waited till about midnight or so, killed the 6 upstairs, came down, killed these 2. This is a picture of JB, Sarah, Herman, and Catherine before their youngest 2 were born. On the opposite wall, you got Sarah, Herman, and Catherine. Again, no enemies, and there's no breaking and entering, nothing stolen. In fact, JB had a pocket watch and some gold coins and stuff on the dresser that was still there.
Nothing was stolen.
Nothing was stolen. Nothing was out of place. It was like they just came home and were found that morning. So whoever did this came to kill.